the whole thing about this, the corporate careers is such. It's a combination of things that gets you sucked in. And I got so sucked into it that I lost completely, touch with everything that really of value, that it means something to you. Okay? Whether it's family, whether it is your roots, whether it is the nature. It's a combination of not just money. More than money, it's the draw, the power, the fame, and everything that comes with it that sucks you in. And before you know, you are into the grind, kind of. Generally, it gets into you that you're always in a race, always running after what, running where, you don't know. You lose track after some time. But that pressure, that the tension, the agitation that comes with it, that seizes your mind, and your mind really becomes too fast. Yes, I was happy with the job I was doing, that is for sure. I enjoyed the journey, I enjoyed the job, but there came a point where I felt I needed to slow down. Okay, I'm going too fast. And my children were growing up, so I wanted to spend more time with the children, more time with the family, more time simply in working with nature, doing simple things. So fortunately I realized this before it was too late, because it can also lead to a lot of other health complications, etc., over a period of time, like heart disease and many other, depending on your genetic predisposition. You can get into either cancer or heart disease or diabetes or whatever, coupled with also the food, etc., which comes with this lifestyle. Because invariably you end up eating all kinds of food, even if you are a little careful, and the parties and the entertaining and all of those things. The whole dictum of modern corporate life: you work hard, party hard, because work and enjoyment are considered as two separate spheres, unconnected with each other. So you work for money or whatever, and then you party to make up for all this thing. So nutritionally, for me, the change happened only around 5-6 years back. I'm talking about drastic change, because that is when a few small things in life led me to discover the plant-based diet, purely plant-based whole food diet. A set of circumstances, coincidences, a small problem I had, for which I was consulting Ayurvedic doctor, nothing major, but where he suggested for when I'm giving you these medication for at least a month or so, you be off non-veg food and deep fried food, etc. Deep fried was by and large off. Occasionally I used to have a little bit. So I stopped non-veg at that point in time and switched over to vegetarian food. I was like that for a month or so, and I found major changes happening in my body. I found I was feeling so much lighter, more energetic, very mental clarity improved quite a lot. My energy levels, ability to, I would not get tired very quickly in walks and all that. So I found that really it was helping me in a big way. My constipation, which was there from childhood, almost vanished. So then I said, if all these good things are happening, let me dig a little bit deeper into it. And that's how my journey started off, researching on plant-based diet. And from there I came across different guys who were talking about this. One thing led to another, and then finally I settled on this whole food plant-based diet, where you not only go plant-based, which is typically any vegan is, but you also look at whole food, which means you eliminate processed foods, anything that is processed, either in-house, at home, or outside. In a whole food plant-based or vegan diet, there are no animal derived products at all. So milk and milk products are completely ruled out. But here you talk about primarily whole foods. What are whole foods? Whole foods are by definition always multi-nutrient foods. Take for example a coconut. A coconut consists of water, fiber, various kinds of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and proteins and all the various nutrients in a particular package, in a particular ratio packaged by nature. And fat, of course, very important aspect of coconut, fat. But all of these are contained in a particular ratio which nature has packaged it over a period of time. Okay. Now when you consume coconut as coconut chutney or scraped coconut used somewhere, etc., you are consuming the whole food as is. Okay. You're getting the fat also, but you're getting the fat as part of the package along with the fiber and along with a lot of other things. But when you extract coconut oil from it, okay, it becomes 98% saturated fat. Coconut was never 98% saturated fat. Now that oil or the fat content was already there in the coconut, but it was one of the nutrients that was there, part of the package. Now it becomes a predominantly single nutrient food. Any multi-nutrient food, when you convert into a single nutrient food, it becomes processed food. Of course, sophisticated forms of processing also involves adding chemicals to it like stabilizers, preservatives, additives and all of that, which is all the factory made things that you buy, whether it is chocolates or biscuits or, these are highly sophisticated processed foods which are harmful in many other ways also because of chemicals, etc. But even if they are homemade processed foods, like simple example, you extract coconut oil at home itself to machines that you get, still it is processed food. And so your body, through millions of years of evolution, knows how to handle whole foods because it's always had whole foods. The processed foods we have been exposed to only over the last 50 years to 300 years or 400 years, not before that. So evolution happens over very thousands of years. So, it plays havoc when it enters our body in that form. Not per se the saturated fat of coconut, but when it is in a single nutrient form, without the other nutrients packaged together. So that is primarily the focus of our diet, the whole food, which means as much as possible as nature has created it. When you say whole food, the best form of whole food, in its natural best, is raw food. Because raw is when you get everything as a total package as nature has created it. There are 4 ingredients or elements of whole food. One is which bulk of us all the time talk about, as carbohydrates or proteins, macronutrients, micronutrients, etc. This is all nutrients, whether macro, micro, vitamins, minerals, proteins, whatever. It all comes under one category of nutrients. The second category is fiber, which is exceptionally important in a whole food, especially plant-based whole foods. Because fiber has a tremendous benefit for our health, even though there's nothing directly for us to consume. Fiber is the food for the gut bacteria, what today now is a fashion to call prebiotics. Essentially, it's a food for the gut bacteria, so it fosters growth of healthy bacteria in your gut. Okay. Second, it regulates the absorption of sugars, absorption of cholesterol, and how the entire digestion process works out. Okay. So fiber is the second. Third is water. All whole foods, plants and plant-based, which are vegetables or fruits, contain water. I mean, anywhere from minimum 50% to 90-95% water. If you take watermelon, tomato, etc., we're talking about above 90% water. But anything in vegetables and fruits, minimum is 50% water. So if you're eating primarily raw foods, you don't even need to drink any water. You don't need to follow any dictum of 6 glasses, 7 glasses, etc. You're getting the purest form of water. And the fourth, which is most neglected but very, very important part of whole food, is the life. Whole food is vibrating with life energy. And as you cook the whole food, the life energy dies off. Okay? The higher the cooking, more is the food is. Okay? Light cooking like steaming, etc., still some amount of life energy is retained. And the other thing is many other nutrients also lost in the process of cooking, especially high temperature, high pressure cooking, like microwaving, deep frying and things like that. Almost lot of nutrient loss also happens. So the raw food is whole food at its best. So coming to the diet that I follow is we start our day with an alkaline vegetable juice. Okay. Because your body is body pH is slightly alkaline, neutral to slightly alkaline. It should never go acidic. Okay. So alkaline is very good for you for cleansing, for detoxing and everything. It's very good for you. So we start our day with a alkaline vegetable juice. Either it can be tender coconut water, or it is a juice of cucumber, ash gourd, palak, or banana stem, etc., with almost 2 times water mixed in it and diluted. Then with a 2 hours gap, we have fruits. Then for lunch, we have raw vegetable salads. So at least every single meal will have anywhere from 3 to 5 different vegetables in it. Even if it's a one salad, it will have minimum 3 to 5 different vegetables mixed in it. So raw vegetable salads for lunch. No oils are used at any of this stage. And evening we have herbal tea, which has no tea at all, which is only herbs that are used on all herbs from our farm. And night we have lightly cooked vegetarian meal, plant-based meal. Again, all whole foods, like no polished rice, no maida. Largely we avoid wheat, either rice or millets or ragi, jawar, etc. No oils at all. Even in tadka, we don't use any oils. We do give tadka, but with water, slight splashing of water. Because oil is something processed food. Because oil is processed food. That's the reason. Whether it's cold pressed, hot pressed, it is still 98% fat. It is processed food. It's a single ingredient food. We have plenty of coconut. In everything we have coconut. Coconut milk we use, coconut chutneys, coconut in curries, grated coconut, ground coconut, everything. But no oil separately in any of these things. So zero oil is used. And the thumb rule there again is between 20 to 25% is cereals, whatever is the cereal, maximum 30%. 70% in the night cooked meal I'm talking about is only vegetables, all cooked vegetables, but vegetables. So bulk of the diet will be vegetables then. See, it's not at all difficult. Fruits, of course, is very simple and very easy. Fortunately for people living in Bangalore today, there are lots of options to get good quality organic fruits. I mean, many other cities don't have that many options available. Right from many online places like Farmizon to organic shops and farmers directly supplying, farmer markets. There's so many outlets where they can buy their fresh and organic fruits and vegetables from. For vegetables, again, raw vegetable salads. See, the important thing is today we have gotten so used to these masalas. We are not tasting the vegetables. What we are tasting are the masalas. Okay. So once you start eating the vegetables with no masalas, with very little spices added, okay, you start really getting the taste of the vegetables. You start relishing this taste once you start eating these salads in their true form, in as they are. Okay. One. Second, important thing in any change of diet is for how long you're doing it. See, they say around 21 days is critical that you change and maintain the change, because what happens is your gut microbiome undergoes a change in terms of the composition. Certain kind of bacteria now are getting, depending on the food you eat, what kind of bacteria grows will be determined. Whether it's a processed food or non-vegetarian food, there are different kinds of bacteria required to digest it. They play a different role. Okay. They determine to a great extent your taste buds. In fact, now they are more and more understanding your gut is your second brain. In fact, it's as important as the first brain. And it has a tremendous role in deciding a lot of things, including your taste buds, your health, of course. It's so closely interlinked to health of your gut, like the health of the soil. For agriculture, for plants, health of the soil is a foundational. Same thing, health of the gut is foundational. So depending on if it's a healthy gut, getting the right kind of food, which is a plant-based food, plant-based whole foods, those bacteria start thriving and other bacteria go down drastically because they're not getting the food they want. So 21 days, I believe, is a time that is required for that turnover to happen. Keeping your commitment for around 21 days is critical. Once you do that, rest becomes easy. Night cooked food is the easiest, because whatever is your traditional food, continue doing that. Only thing is, don't use white rice or maida or white sugar, etc. Oils is very easy to eliminate. You put the tadka the same way you were putting tadka earlier, but now you don't use the oils. So the same aromas of tadka you will get, of the onion, of the jeera, of everything you will get. Okay. So transition is not difficult at all. You need, initial phase, you need some determination, some motivation to try. But once you persist with it for some time, then it becomes very seamless. And a lot of these cravings automatically go away. The desires automatically go away.